Welcome into the PHNX Suns VIP Lounge, brought to you as always by our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Right now?
Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. Saul and Espo are riding roller coasters, you guys!
That's what I said.
The Phoenix Suns defeat the Dallas Mavericks 109-101. Clutch time, Suns doing it again.
Suck it, Luka. Suck it.
Oh, my neck is killing me, guys. Can we talk about it all show and can I get praised for it?
No.
Okay, good. Jeez, I can't
The pettiness, I love it.
It's not petty when it's true, Gerald. That's fair.
It's factual.
Listen, we have the petty god on our team. It's only right that we all lean into the pettiness.
It is nice to be called the petty god. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
thought she was talking about me.
I think I was talking about Chris Paul.
Hey, Luka. Hey, don't fuck it up. That's what it says right here on the can. You did, though.
Oh my god.
Because you suck.
Yeah, so that was a interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit worrisome there in the beginning. I know you guys will be like, when Saul always says, when you have Chris Paul and Devin Booker on your team, you don't have anything to worry about, but I'm not going to lie, worried.
Hold on. Can we go back about 3 hours ago to the
my
pregame
God.
show?
Yeah.
Where
I knew
Saul
this guy-
Bookman's like,
this
yeah,
guy-
Espo cried
this
and
guy
whined too much.
loves to pat himself on the
And then
back.
I call exactly what happens in this game. I say they're going to win by 8. I say that the Mavericks will probably
Listen.
be up for most of the game, but they're going to close it out in the
You
final
got this
3
one right,
minutes.
dude. You
got
got
it 100%
you
right.
absolutely
So
got it
sit
right.
over there
but,
and zip your lip.
However, my man behind the Max Shane knows how many times we've sat in this room and you'd be like, "Oh my God, we're down by 6. Game is over." So, like,
Hey,
chill.
I got it right, and you can suck it. All right?
Yeah.
Damn, son, you gonna put me in the same category as Luka tonight?
No.
All right then.
No, you're not a punk.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh.
So, Suns,
Yeah.
what'd you guys like down the stretch there?
First of all, I loved Mikhail's defense down the stretch. I don't know what was going on with my man all the rest of the game, but the little floater and then the defensive presence on the on that side of the ball, I loved his energy because I felt like it was a little bit more infectious. And then, dude, I mean, it's the play of the game in my opinion. I don't give a shit if it doesn't go down as a block or not. The fact that Devin Booker took a stiff arm to the face and still blocked Finney Smith's shot just shows you the evolution of Devin Booker from point scorer on a shitty teams to stat stuffer to now he's good defensively. He's legit good defensively, and that just shows you exactly how far he has come because we know he was basically a merry-go-round his first couple of years in the NBA, but it took Monty coming in and saying, "Hey, if you want to be one of the greats, you got to do it at both ends. You just have to, because that's what Kobe did. That's what Michael did. That's what all these other great players did, and he's showing you that right now."
I think that could be a moment we look back on and we go, that was one of those momentum shifters, right? Where Devin's block there is a moment we point back to. That was a fantastic defensive move, aggressiveness. It was a game where they looked out of it for a lot of it, just not like not gonna win, but out of it like mentally. It was not a pretty game overall. They couldn't hit a 3 to save the damn life. I mean, we got Lindsey over here. Cam Johnson hits one of them, and she's acting like we need to throw a parade because they hadn't hit one in 18 shots.
Listen, it was almost an entire half of basketball.
That was a long
I
time.
was excited the drought had ended.
But like that epitomizes the toughness of this team, is what Booker did there against Finney Smith. And I'm glad that's why you save your challenge, right? That's why you don't waste it on some dumb play in the second quarter or third quarter, is because with 40 some odd seconds left, you want to challenge that kind of play and get it overturned.
Yeah, it's unfortunate it doesn't go down as a block because that was one of the best defensive plays of his career. And he's capable of doing that. We've seen him get back weak side blocks, chase down blocks. He's done it before, but the time and place, final minute of a game, you're up 5, you're making this comeback. Guy has a clear path to the basket, and you come over, take the stiff arm, and block the shot. I mean, that was incredible. And this goes back to something Chris Paul has said that raised a lot of eyebrows when he first came. He said, I wanted to join the Suns because Devin Booker is a two-way player. He tries on both ends of the court. And we're finally seeing that now that the Suns have a good defense and a good basketball team. It's really cool to see that.
Can you explain to me why it doesn't go down as a block?
Because it was a charge.
Because they
called it an offensive foul.
Yeah.
But didn't the offensive foul occur after he blocked the shot?
No. You can see in the replay, he gets the face, and then his hand is like right by the ball. Then he gets the block. So,
but we're all collectively in agreement. We're counting it as a block, right?
Yes.
Oh yes, on this side of the fence, we say it's a block.
Just making sure.
It'll forever go down as the block.
The block.
Yes.
So Brittany in the chat made a joke that his nose held up a little bit better this time around than the last time around.
Yes.
And then we had a couple of people asking, I don't remember, Gerald, maybe you remember during the playoffs because his nose was broken.
Yes.
Did he have to have surgery on it, or did they just reset it and send him on his merry way?
He had plastic surgery on it, didn't he?
I know that over the off season he needed surgery on it. I don't remember for sure if he actually got it, but he definitely needed surgery.
We know who his girl is.
Oh, come on.
Come on, bro.
They got them good
the
doctors.
best surgeons in the world.
He got some butt implants while he was in there too.
He got a few BBLs right there.
Get everything done. You know?
Oh,
Somebody
no.
on Twitter did say he's looking real trim and fit tonight. So I'm just kidding.
Because somebody said that earlier in this career, he was looking a little thick. So I'm not going to say who.
Bismack Biyombo came to play tonight. Espo, what's the new one?
The Bismack boys.
There you go.
I never want to hear that sound.
I love it.
Bismack boys.
Oh my gosh.
Just for you, Gerald. I'm gonna put it on a loop. I don't know.
Oh my. It's like
just
my
felt
milkshake
right.
brings all the boys to the yard over here.
Oh my God. Bismack finished with 9 points. He had 2 steals and 4 rebounds and an assist.
And it all came in like 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, it felt like.
Yeah, he was big because JaVale McGee was not cutting it tonight. He actually wound up playing 28 minutes to JaVale's 18, so they needed somebody to step into those minutes off the 5 with DA out, and he did a really nice job. He got a couple of fouls on Luka, but Luka's a tough guy to guard, so he did a really good job on both ends.
I know at the beginning of the year we kind of talked about how JaVale should be considered for 6th man of the year. You're starting to see why some of these things did not happen, why he was inconsistent, why at the end of last season he wasn't getting any run with the Nuggets. Like, you're starting to see glimpses of that, and I'm hoping that Chris Paul will be the one to kind of pull him out of that funk and kind of get him back into shape, because they're going to need JaVale in the playoffs for sure, but not the JaVale that showed up tonight, because that was just not good.
All praise to the champ too, James Jones. Another great find by James Jones in bringing in Bismack and being smart enough to sign him to the full season deal as well. You're going to need him down the stretch.
Well, and on the flip side too, great for Bismack to be selective in which team he wanted to go to, because he did turn down offers before the Suns came knocking.
Agreed.
So yeah, but also shout out to James Jones, because he helped create that environment that made him want to come here in the first place. So, but yeah, it was really cool to see and he had a pretty good game on Monday, right? And I missed the game, but if I recall correctly, he had a pretty good game on Monday. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's good to see him string a few together here and step up big when the team needed him. I feel like he's going to be a really good addition.
He's been great so far. I mean, if you look at the top 3 point getters per possession in pick and roll coverages, DA and JaVale McGee are in that top 3. But if Bismack had the same number of possessions as those guys, he would be above DA and just below JaVale. So they would have 3 of the top 4 pick and roll points per possession guys in the NBA, which is insane. This is a team that historically hasn't had centers like that, and now they have all these rim rolling bigs. He's fit in really nicely so far.
What did Brittany say in the chat?
About Shamet?
No, about Booker's nose. Somebody had said something about.
Chris said his nose was set twice, then needed surgery. And then Brittany said Twitter was also asking if Book gets his hair cut every day.
No, she said that. I think they just numbed it up and reset it, is what she said.
Look, I don't blame anybody that gets their hair cut every day if he actually does it, because I'd do it if I had the time to. I hate a bad haircut.
I mean, they have barber chairs at the practice facility.
Yeah,
so
why not?
as long as a barber rolls up, they could absolutely get it cut pretty much every day. And then they have barbers come to their house all the time. So it wouldn't surprise me. Shall we go to the bar, gentlemen?
Let's go
Let's go to the bar.
Espo, what's our drink of the night?
It's the Charmin Ultra Shot with a whiny little Luka.
Because Luka is soft as Charmin. Let's go.
And full of crap half the time, too.
Oh, boy.
So we were talking about it a lot tonight.
Oh, shit, my neck.
That exactly.
Oh.
It did kind of seem like it was being played up a little bit more than maybe.
That's what he is. That's what he does.
But
He does that on the court, too.
That's not all on him, though. Why is the TNT broadcast acting like somebody ran down from the stands and jabbed him in the neck with something? They're like, oh my God, Luka's neck. Let's show every shot of him holding his neck. Dear Lord. And then it's a miracle. He taunted them after that play as if his neck doesn't hurt.
I mean, I do have a little bit of a problem with this one specifically.
Apparently
Like,
the TNT broadcasters are speaking theater, Shakespeare theater.
Well, it was all make-believe. So.
Oh, boy.
this one I think I have a bigger issue with than all of the other ones, because it's always some sort of like, what narrative can we kind of throw out here on a broadcast as to why the Suns are winning, instead of like, oh, the Suns are a much better team and that's why they're winning.
I wouldn't say that, because they were talking about this is why the Suns are the best team in the league. Like they said that repeatedly throughout the
but
broadcast.
I'm just saying, in general, it feels like they always lean to finding. Lately, they've been doing that more, but oftentimes it's like, what can be a small excuse here?
I think.
Do you know what I mean?
I think no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think with the Suns, we just need to accept that our stars are not. They're likable to us, but maybe not as much to other fan bases. Because I feel like Luka is a guy that it's hard to cheer against him unless you're like a Suns fan. A lot of these other guys, Klay Thompson, super likable. You look at Devin Booker, he's a guy that you point to the mascot thing. You point to the double team and open gym thing. Chris Paul, well respected, but also a guy you point to like the way that he yells at people or the swipe through or stuff like that. I personally don't buy into that type of shit, but like I understand why a lot of other people do.
Like we have to remember, like it's still TV, and that's TV true. Still has to sell the games, like right?
TNT
like
knows drama.
Yeah, exactly. So like when they see something like that, and to be honest, if Devin Booker was on the side and he was like this, they'd have showed him too.
Yeah.
They would have showed him too. They would be like, oh, what's going on with Devin Booker or CP3? Like hopefully he can come back. And if Devin Booker came back in the game and hit a shot, oh, he's battling through that neck injury. Like that's good drama. They want to build that up. So
okay, I agree with Gerald on Klay. Like,
yeah,
but Luka to me. I don't think he's beloved.
I don't think he's as well
How
like.
is he any different than Devin though? Like I feel like they're pretty similar.
I mean,
well, Luka came out like gangbusters in his rookie year and set the tone. He was averaging like 30 a game. Like you're gonna, and he got passed up by like 4 teams to be that guy, right? So I get why the Luka love at first, but I will also agree with you, Espo, is that I don't think there's nearly as much Luka love as there once was. Because, again, like we were talking about this earlier, it's only a matter of time before Luka right now is Devin Booker. He's just on a little bit of a better team earlier in his career. I should say.
If we're talking just on the court stuff, but if we're talking about like what I was saying, like the popularity thing, like the latest All-Star returns, he has 1.1 million more votes than Devin Booker.
Yeah, but 2 years ago, he had like 4 million.
Yeah, no, I get he's having a down year, so the votes aren't coming in like they were before. But I'm just saying, like compared to Book. Like guys like John Morant, Steph Curry, Luka, even they're just more, for whatever reason, universally accessible.
Luka gets the Slovenian bump though, and we saw that with Goran here in certain things. Mm-hmm. He'd get attention because of he has a whole country behind him as well.
A country of like 100,000 people.
It's 2 million. It's a little over 2 million. Thank you very much. No, your Slovenian trivia.
They all watch.
They all love Luka. All right, they all love. Well, think about it. They had like 3 basketball players. Marco Milic,
Nana in the
Dragic,
kitchen ain't watching Luka play hoops. I'm sorry.
What else are they gonna do in Slovenia? They're watching Luka play hoops.
Buy hotels for like $5 or what?
The shots have extended from Luka to the whole country.
We've gone from offending cities to states, now countries.
We're going worldwide, baby. Let's go.
I love Slovenia. All right. I love 2 of the 3 basketball players they exported. Luka just happens to be the one I don't like.
Who's the other one?
Marco Milic.
Oh, Marco Milic.
Marco
Marco
Milic.
You
fan
are on
club.
the record as saying you love Marco Milic.
I own a game-worn Marco Milic jersey.
Of course you do.
Anyways.
Didn't know those existed.
Hey, look. Let me just remind everybody that the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA. All right.
You said that 'cause nobody wants to do it again.
Oh my God, in your
I can
accent
sense it.
too.
Yes.
All right.
Cam.
That's not what I sound like.
Oh,
That's the
no.
problem. Is that he just did that, and it doesn't even sound like me.
Loki, though, you don't sound like Espo either.
I sound more like
No,
him than he
you
does
don't.
me. Because I got a little
you
sultry, and I'm like,
don't.
Cam.
Neither of
Like,
you
he's
sound
like,
anything like each
Cam.
other.
You want me to make you sound Cam?
There you go.
There,
There
you
it
want
is.
to. I was
There it
trying to
is.
make it sound like you sound in my head, not like how you may actually
Oh, it's
sound.
true.
All right, let's go ahead and name our DraftKings king of the game, the one and only Devin Booker. Finished with 28 points, 6 assists, and of course, 1 block.
We gave him the block.
Here on
Yeah.
this show,
Yeah.
at least.
Fuck.
We count the block.
We're counting it.
It's the block, the
Congratulations
MVP.
to Devin.
Look, Gerald, you gave me a hard time about crown placement on
Mhm.
Saturday when it was, or on whenever that was. When it
Yeah,
was
on
just
the
you
fly
and I.
crown placement.
Monday night.
Yep.
Can we put the crown back up, please?
Mhm.
That is the exact placement I did, cocked off to the side there, right?
Yeah.
It
I had
does
a
look
hand
very
in the.
similar.
I had the hand in the way,
Yeah.
which made my Photoshop required. He had nothing, so, and you don't say anything about that crown
Well,
placement.
listen. I will defend myself before Gerald comes at me furiously because I know he's
Oh.
about to.
Oh, yeah.
It's because there's not enough room at the top of the picture, and I thought this was the best picture from the game.
Why did we let him defend himself? Who gave him a mic?
That's a good question.
I think you did, actually.
Damn, I did.
I think it was your
I
idea
regret
to give
that
Shane a
deci-
mic.
I regret that decision.
Espo's trying to fight everybody on the pod right now.
I chose
Yeah.
violence,
Yep.
and you're all in my
chose
path.
Let's go.
violence.
Let's go.
Shout out to Devin Booker for another great game. Man, those threes though tonight, they were brutal.
They were. He
It
hit.
was a rough stretch for this team.
Nobody shot for.
Book hit the first 3 of the game, and then they
Mhm.
missed like 17 or 18 straight after that.
Yeah, they didn't get their second three until
Until who?
1 minute and 15 seconds remaining
Until
in
who?
the half.
Who hit that?
Jay Crowder?
Damn.
Oh, it was Cam. That's right. It was Cam.
That's as much as you'll get from me.
I love it. I love it. Put that on a loop. I got it. Let's go.
Go ahead, Gerald.
No, I mean, 28, 6, and 5. He only shot 1 of 8 from 3, but nobody could hit a 3 tonight.
Mhm.
And he just, like we talked about, made that winning defensive play down the stretch. He had, I don't want to lose sight of the and 1 Euro step that he should have had. That looked like a foul that he hit off the backboard. That was a really tough shot that he made when the Suns were making their push late. So another really good game for Book. He was averaging like 38 over the last 3 coming into this. Another 28 tonight. The mid-range is coming back for him, so that's a great sign for the Suns.
We have,
Espo,
a,
Saul?
we have a
Anything?
super chat.
Oh,
Possible-
Manuel.
Possible controversial take. Book is the Tim Duncan with attitude in the modern NBA. Not flashy, overlooked. Offensive fundamentals are pristine.
I'll buy it on the offensive end. Defensively,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody matches up to Tim Duncan, really. Very few guys historically. But
I think he's talking demeanor wise.
yeah, I think I can get on board.
I
could
see
totally
more.
take that.
I see more like because I don't know. I actually no. I would not say that.
Looks like
The
a
reason-
cocky version of that.
Yeah, and also Tim Duncan didn't whine as much as
Oh,
Booker
that's
does.
crap,
Well-
Saul. Tim Duncan whined. Go back and watch some of
every
those
play.
I don't know about every.
As
Go
much.
back
I
and
said
watch.
as much as Booker. Do you think he legitimately complained as much as Booker?
Tim Duncan had the
Sure.
face and the
Sure.
always.
But it's like even
Yeah.
plays where like Tim to me when I watched Tim Duncan, if he knew he fucked up, he just took it. He was like, all right, I fucked up. Whereas Devin Booker, like no matter what, he's arguing. No.
No, I could see it. I mean,
I
don't
don't
know.
I think you're right. It's not a perfect analogy.
I appreciate the
comparison
effort,
there,
though.
But I can see where Manuel's coming from.
I feel like we should give a few more shout outs though.
Yeah, we're definitely going
like-
to keep going down the line of people. to
Yeah, we're
shout
not
out.
done. The show's not over.
Okay.
Shout out Gerald Bourguet.
Gerald's like, hey, everybody gets their flowers today. Let's
I'm
go.
just saying, like Chris Paul
At
had
least he's paying attention, though, and you want to give everyone your flowers. Thank you, Gerald. Saul, last time I
The
wanted to
show's
give
not over. What are we
last time-
talking
Last
about?
time I wanted to give everyone their flowers, you gave me
You're
so
like,
much
you
grief.
said you wanted
So
to give
much
Devin
grief.
Booker flowers. They made it seem like we never talk about
No,
Devin
I said
Booker.
we need to give him some more. That's all.
Well,
Continue. Chris Paul did have a really big impact in tonight's
He did.
game.
Until the last couple of minutes of the game, we weren't sure if it was going to be him for king of the game or Book. He had 20, 11, 5, 2 steals, 8 of 14. Hit that 3 that was basically the dagger 3 to put it away. He played a really nice game, and during that third quarter stretch when they made their run, that was all him. As soon as they had to take him out, that's when the Mavs struck back. So he had a really nice game tonight.
Well, we are the new Spurs. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but it's very true.
People in the chat have been asking about that all night.
It's so true.
CP3 played good defense on Luka as well. We talked about this because at first I was like, why are you leaving CP3 on an island with Luka? But Saul, you brought up a good point about how CP3 is really good for a small guy at being strong when it comes to not letting guys get on the block. So we have to give him a shout out for that.
And he's so tricky. Like anybody that's taller than 6 feet, as if they've ever had to play against somebody that was smaller than them and stronger, like it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. And you never know. The problem is you never know where they're going to be, especially a guy like CP3 who is probably one of the best guards of all time with their hands. Like think about how many times, even tonight, somebody had a fast break and he punches the ball at just the right time. And he doesn't wait for you to bring it down because he knows sometimes guys don't bring it down. So he waits for you to just expose it, pokes it out of bounds. They take it, and it saves 2 points. It's just, he's so crafty. He's so strong. I think he's underrated strong, like, because he will match up against centers and hold his own.
Yep.
And that's a hard thing to do.
He's when they get like CP3 matched up on a big guy in the post and he's defending him, it's like that meme, like, call an ambulance, but not for me. Like, that's what he does every time.
That's one of my favorite memes that has come out recently. It's so good. Him pulling the chair out from underneath Luka Doncic though tonight was
and that's quite the big chair to pull out.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Like priceless.
Maybe that's where Luka started to twinge his neck.
That's probably where he hurt his neck for sure. Well, that was when his ego got hurt, and then his neck got hurt afterwards. So.
Spicy Lins.
Oh, jam it.
There it
I
is.
like it.
I'm telling you, at some point during the season, she will fully come to the dark side, people.
I just figure I'm not going to direct it at any of you guys. I'll just
At least not
direct it.
tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Those daggers will stay to the screen.
But that was the old Barkley move when a guy would back him down, he'd pull the chair on him all the time. And CP3 did it at the perfect time. He knows how to set guys up.
Yeah.
And I love that about him.
Beautiful.
With it. I'd hate it if he was anywhere else, but I love it when he's here, you know?
All right. I want to answer a question in the chat. So M Cole 42 said, "Who would you rather have long term, Bismack, Frank, or Dario if all were healthy?" And then right below it, MCG Blue said, "That's a great question. Which of those 3 backup bigs is the best long term investment for the team?"
Look, I don't think any of the 3 are your long term answer. If you're looking at the next 2 years, I think it's 2 of the 3 that you have to have because they bring such different things. Bismack is that down low, going to get rebounds, going to play the tough defense, and Dario and Frank are the guys that will spread the floor, can pass the ball a little bit, can bring a different game. And I think you need that change of pace, and they don't have it right now with these guys out. But I think having that change of pace, and hopefully Frank comes back before the end of the year, and you can kind of have that in the mix. But I think you need 2 of those 3 long term.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, under normal circumstances, I'd say Dario, but you never know how he's going to be coming off that injury, and he might not even make it on this roster past the trade deadline just because the Suns are going to look at all their options. But, you know, all 3 of those guys have been really good for the Suns when they've been on the floor. That's just a tough one. I feel like Bismack is probably the answer right now just because the other 2 are hurt. You never know how they'll be coming back.
We have a chat. We have another super chat.
Super chat.
Yep, Elon Musk. Book
Thank
needs to
you,
speak
Elon.
Spanish to increase influence. How do you know he doesn't speak Spanish, though?
He does
Doesn't-
not.
He said
He does not since you've been with the team, but maybe he's learned.
In what free time?
Fair.
When he was flying to Japan?
When he was in the playoffs and then playing in the
It's like a
Olympics.
14-hour flight to Japan. Why
You
not?
can learn a whole language in 14
Well, I mean, you can learn a
hours.
few words.
Book is a superstar.
I mean,
Maybe
this
he
is
could.
true.
Hey,
He's good at
Book is
everything
a
he
very
does,
smart guy.
so
I'm
it
not going
wouldn't
to
surprise
undersell
me.
him. Like,
It wouldn't
and
surprise
what do you mean?
me.
What kind of free time? It's not like they just play ball 24/7. They got other things that they do.
Yeah. He went to the playoffs, hung out with Kendall, went to the Olympics, hung out with Kendall, then started a new season.
So hanging out with Kendall is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Takes up all the other free time.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to learn a new language or you're trying to build a relationship that you are kind of a little bit newer into, I don't know. I feel like the relationship
an hour
is
every
huge.
morning on Rosetta Stone ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I find it disrespectful. You don't think that Kendall could teach him Spanish?
I don't know what to say to that one.
Maybe they're learning it together on Duolingo.
It would be awesome.
The man lives and streams on COD and Twitch. He has free time. Yes, thank you, Connor. Yes.
That's how he de-stresses.
Oh,
I know. I get it. It would be awesome if Devin could speak Spanish. And I'm sure it's something that he would love to do. And hopefully he finds the time to figure it out.
You speak fluently, right?
No. I wish.
No?
She understands most of it.
Okay, I understand a lot more than I can speak.
Right.
And I can speak more slang than anything.
Right. Slang's better than nothing.
This is true.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Why don't we take a quick break? Because I feel like that got really awkward for a hot second. Because we are on to the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and DraftKings Sportsbook is celebrating with a huge odds boost for new customers. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, you can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 to get $280 in free bets if your team wins. If you're not a new customer, you can still get in on the action of the divisional round with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets for the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win.
I won't make the reference again.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code PHNX and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 to win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. 21 and older only, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. One of our friends in the chat early on said that they won $1,100 on a 9-leg. Here it is. Mike B.
Oh, shit.
Won $80 on Book's first field goal and $1,100 on a 9-leg parlay tonight.
Damn.
Nice.
Congrats, Mike B.
I won 100 betting the plus 300 after the third quarter.
Is that what Shane said in the Discord?
No, Shane said take the 6.5 points. I said screw it. I'm taking the plus 300 money line because I believe in this team.
Nice.
And I won $100.
Nice.
Handy.
Shane, did yours hit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It was the plus 6.5. So I got it plus.
Okay, gotcha.
Look, I
didn't know what you were actually betting on.
It out,
and
I would love to be able to take the points every time, but it's just smarter to go with the spread. It just always is. The consistency.
Smarter. I won.
Hindsight's always 20/20, Bruster.
Bruster.
Who the fuck is
I was in between brother and Buster, so
You just committed to Bruster. Let's just talk about, because the chat's talking about it a lot. We've been asked it a bunch. Is this the new Spurs? Are these Phoenix Suns the new Spurs?
I don't think they're as efficient, and Gerald could probably back this up. I like it, or he could probably give us stats on this later on, whether they are or not. Just from an aesthetic standpoint, like I was in San Antonio watching these Spurs night in, night out. It felt like, unfortunately. From the efficiency standpoint, I feel like they were a little bit more in a groove. Plus, they had the bailout of Tim Duncan, which was like the ultimate bailout. But they're close. Close in terms of, their three legs were Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan being the primary. Mm-hmm. Whereas ours are more Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton, with Devin Booker being the primary. Yeah. And so I think when you break down Devin Booker and Tim Duncan, I think those two are as efficient as equals. But I think you get a little bit more from Tony Parker and Manu than you do from Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton on a more consistent basis right now in their careers. So I think they're very close. And from a systematic standpoint, they do it at both ends. But I would say that the Spurs is just slightly better than where the Suns are currently right now. And if DA can step it up just a little bit, they will be right there.
I'd say, like, schematically, stylistically, they're kind of like the more recent Spurs, like the 2013-14 teams, the ones that like moved the ball really well and had a lot of shooters. That was like the Danny Green, Gary Neal, those type of guys. The Suns have guys like that, like two-way guys that can shoot, that can defend, they move the ball really well, and they defend really well. I feel like they're in that same type of vein. Definitely not as far as like this, like the big three Spurs that we think of, like Duncan and Manu and TP, but more of the modern Spurs, the one that just their ball movement was incredible. I feel like we see that from this Suns team a little bit more. I don't know if they're on that same level, but I honestly think they might be, because they're a top 5 defense, top 5 offense. If they win a title, they will definitely validate themselves as a team in that same type of vein. Not a superstar that's like overwhelming, like, a LeBron James or a Steph Curry in the playoffs type run, but just 2 stars, 3 if you include DeAndre, if he has another run like that, and then a lot of really good complementary pieces.
Yeah, I think it's superficially similar in terms of good coach, solid fundamentals, not the flashiest team you're going to see out there. They play well on both ends of the court, and they got guys that other cities aren't going to like, because CP3, Book, Jay, they all get under other guys, other teams' skin. So I think at a surface level, very much kind of the new Spurs, but I think there are obviously, as you both pointed out, some fundamental differences in these
What's
teams.
so funny is like I said, I lived in San Antonio from 2005 to 2011 during the peak of their run. And the same things that we say about the Suns and how they don't get the national love and respect, these guys won championships and still didn't get the love from the national media, because it was always about LeBron or it was always about somebody else, right? And obviously, chat, we know the Suns, at least we hope that our Suns are not dirty assholes like those Spurs were. And,
I was going to say the chat has issues with some of
and
them.
they're not paying off refs. Like, we know this. We're talking about fundamental schemes and player achievement on the court, as opposed to just being an asshole and doing dirty shit.
Hey,
okay, but I wouldn't be mad if a ref helped us win a championship.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
Low key.
For real.
Low
That's
key.
why
it's deserved at this point.
For real.
They owe us at this point.
Just a little bit. What were you saying, Espo? Sorry.
No, I don't remember. We can just move on. First time ever, I'm speechless. So.
All right. Well, is there anybody else, Gerald, that you'd like to shout out tonight before we move on?
Yeah, I feel like Mikal Bridges did not play his best offensive game, and we've talked about his shooting struggles and how he kind of hasn't really stepped into that role as, like, beginning of the season, Monty was even saying he could be our third option. That hasn't happened, but he did make some game-changing plays down the stretch there. He had that deflection that led to him being on the floor, and then he got the defensive rebound that fell right into him. And then on the very next play, he got an offensive rebound and then wound up getting the ball back to Bismack for the dunk there that put them ahead by 5. Those are game-changing plays, even though they're not flashy and can fly under the radar. That's just the type of thing that he does. And if we remember back all the way to the bubble when this momentum started building, he was the one that got that deflection that led to Devin Booker's game winner against the Clippers that we'll never forget. He just makes those quiet plays that you need to win basketball games in tight games like that.
Can we give some flowers to Cam Johnson too?
Mm-hmm.
If we're just dapping everybody.
Yeah, dap him up.
Why not?
Because he played pretty good defense on Kristaps when he was up against him.
He did.
Where other guys weren't doing that early on. He had that unbelievable dunk, which we can pencil in one of those every 5 or 6 games. We get one of those from Cam. I know, again, not the big flashy game, not huge points from him, but I think he did the little things as well to help him win.
You guys brought up 2 guys that I thought, Mikal was good defensively down the stretch.
You going with Brian's guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder.
Oh,
Hello.
yes.
My guy was he had 10 points in the third quarter, kind of keep the Suns afloat, hit some key buckets.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely got to give him some credit, because he played a pretty good game, I thought, all the way around. It was just overall, it doesn't matter how sloppy this team looks in the first 3 quarters. It just always feels like they're going to figure it out in the fourth quarter. And if it's within 5, under 5, you're basically toast, because they got 2 of the best closers in the game. And that's just very nice to say.
Mm-hmm. Look, too, Jay's swag level on 2K has got to be 100, because he hits that 3. They're still down at this point, and he gives the shush to the Dallas crowd and tells them to sit down. I love me some Jay Crowder for that.
Absolutely. And then just shout out to the 7 guys on the team who all
The other guys that
at
didn't get a
least
shout
got
out.
1 steal tonight.
You all get flowers.
The Suns as a whole had 13 steals tonight. And that's pretty impressive when you have 7 players on your team at least having 1 steal in the same game.
They outscored the Mavs 31-7 in points off of turnovers. They had 1 fewer turnover as a team than Luka Doncic had by himself.
Right.
Those are the types of things that can keep you in games when you shoot like 20% from 3. So that was huge.
Yes, so anybody on the Suns that would like to come collect their flowers or edible arrangements, you can come to the office tomorrow. We'll have them for you.
We will have them ready for you. All right, it is time to take your shot. Presented by Arizona Department of Health Services. So COVID-19 vaccines are free for everyone 5 and older. Those 12 and older are also now eligible for a booster. Visit azhealth.gov for a location near you.
Before we show you this picture, I just, listen, I think everybody in this room at some point has taken their shot in this regard when they've, tried to holler at a girl or a guy or whatever. And my guy pulled out the ultimate shot during the game and had a fur coat on while hollering at this girl next to him. He took his shot. He had to have been hot as hell underneath that thing. Looks like he got it from Game of Thrones.
You think they were watching a basketball game in Serbia? Why do you need that kind of jacket?
He was harnessing
his
his inner Slovenia is what he was. So.
If it was a wolf coat, I would get on board with it.
Looks like she's giving the.
What's the difference?
Because my wolf coat is cool. That jacket is
I
not.
thought you meant like a coat made out of wool.
Thank you, Gerald. You understood
I
it.
got the reference. It just needs the head on top.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so he took his shot. I don't know if it paid off. I'm really hoping it didn't because I don't want to wear a fur coat ever again because they're just uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
See?
I mean, she was wearing a Suns jersey, so it makes me sad. Want more for yourself.
Right.
Wait, can you put that back up one more time? I want to see it
She was
again.
wearing a Suns
Yeah,
jersey?
she was wearing a Valley jersey.
I don't know if you can see it in the picture,
Oh,
but she is
she
wearing.
was.
I like Brian in the chat says Walmart Macklemore.
That's pretty
Very
good.
good call. Very good call.
So
All
that's
right.
Digger's shot right there.
Well, once again, COVID-19 vaccines are free for everyone 5 and older. Those 12 and older are also now eligible for a booster. Visit azhealth.gov for a location near you. All right, gentlemen.
Where are we going
The
next?
PHNX Suns crew had an exclusive interview with the one and only Jalen Smith yesterday.
We did.
Sticks.
And the gentleman held it down during that interview. Here is a sneak peek for you guys.
Well, that's good because Espo has a nice little surprise
Well,
for you.
Okay, so before we get into some other questions, we've got a lot of fans of yours that watch the show and they comment in our chats and they like to call themselves Sticks Kids. So we actually made a music video for Sticks Kids that we want to show you now. Please feel welcome to react however you feel about this.
I got you.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2.
PJ Father on the beat.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Sticks kid. A million different basketball skills that he can play with. From dunks to blocks
Let's
to
go.
long range shots. He's the greatest big man there is. I don't want to grow up. Because maybe if I did, I wouldn't be a Sticks kid.
Oh my God.
So is that the worst song that's ever been written or sung about you, Jalen?
No. I liked it a lot. I never had a song made for me, so that was the first. And,
Well,
I truly
congratulations. I apologize. I was the one that sung it, but I'm
That's
glad.
all good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thus,
Can you believe they played that for him in real life?
Let me make this very clear. I will debase myself for anything.
Oh my God.
Whatever it takes for the entertainment of the Cove Crazies and the three of you.
for the
Bless
Sticks
his
Kids
heart.
is what it's for. For the
He
Sticks Kids.
He was so gracious about it.
He
Thank
was so
God.
awesome.
He genuinely laughed.
He laughed. He
Like
liked
I
it.
was terrified he was just going to look at this and go, What the hell?
Yeah.
I would have just stopped moving and pretended like I had internet error.
Well, see, we should have prefaced it by telling him what the parody was from.
No, I didn't want. I wanted it. I didn't care if he had turned to Cole, the great Cole over at Suns Basketball Communications, and said, "Why did you put me on this show?" I would have been fine with it. I am very glad that he laughed and then admitted nobody had ever written a song about
Brittany
it.
Price says, Book's got Drake, but Sticks has DJ Father and Espo.
Brian says, as the Sticks Kids CEO, I can finally die happy.
Oh, man.
Walmart Espo singing by Scott.
Oh, my
Nope, that was actual Espo.
Yeah, but that's the whole interview, or that's not the whole interview.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
You gotta just
Got him
do
on there
it.
just to talk about
With
that.
Jalen Smith, and the only thing that was asked was how he felt about the Sticks Kids song.
But we did cross a lot of different topics, like the forever debated, are you a 4 or a 5? We talked about that with him, and a bunch of other topics that he was just so gracious and awesome.
Trade deadline with him too.
We did. We sure did. So we didn't take it easy. We asked him about a lot of the things that we all talk about here on this show. So
we definitely didn't take it easy. We played Sticks Kids for
Right, that's true.
We punished him.
Bless
I
his
mean,
heart.
whoa. Coach
whoa.
JJM in the chat, super chat.
Oh,
If us Suns fans are going to put our money together, maybe we can afford to buy Shamet out of this contract. Here's my contribution.
I thought this was just to apologize to Sticks. We were just going to give him a pile of money. He goes, sorry, we played that for you.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. Coach JJM is not the only person in the chat who has mentioned their frustrations with Landry Shamet.
Well, before we get to that, the Sticks interview will drop tomorrow midday in our audio feed, YouTube, and Gerald will have an article based around it as well. So look out for that. Now let's.
I have nothing to talk about when it comes to Landry Shamet. He is dead to me right now.
Oh no. I mean, he's basically been dead to the Suns for 2 months.
Damn. See, I didn't go there.
Now, see,
Well,
look.
Manuel, thank you for your super chat as well, supporting the cause.
We're still gonna need what 1,000 times what my math. 100,000.
Yeah, we only need $40 million.
We need a lot more than that to buy out Landry Shamet.
And I'm sorry, guys, but as much as I distaste Landry Shamet at the current moment, he might turn me around down the season. It's happened before.
Still time.
If we got $40 million in the super chat, we sure the fuck ain't giving it to him. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
we'll give it to Sticks Kids. We'll donate it to charity, or we'll give ourselves like a nice little office that you all could come to.
There we go.
Because it'll be so big and awesome.
Look, James Jones has already made the mistake of paying him $40 million. We sure as hell ain't doing that.
Exactly. He doesn't deserve 80.
Oh man.
Gerald, are you buying any Landry Shamet stonks for the rest of the season?
I mean, now would be the time to buy, but it's not looking pretty. Like his 3-point percentage, his field goal percentage have just been trending downhill. He only played 10 minutes tonight. He was a team worst -10 in a game. Or I'm sorry, Cam Johnson was actually a -14 somehow, but he just hasn't been good this season.
He played tonight?
Landry Shamet, yeah.
Like
It was mostly in the first half.
He legit played it. I don't even know if he took a shot.
It was he went 0 for 2. Missed both of his threes.
That's about right.
It's been rough on him, and I feel like he's one of those guys that definitely gets in his own head. He's his harshest critic, so he's probably down on himself, and that doesn't help. You need to have that irrational confidence.
If you've ever heard Drake sing side pieces, he says, "I have a rough night. I went 0 for 2."
Let me say this.
You have the most random.
Because then he says, "I need that one thing that only you can do," and he's talking about side pieces.
Let me say this, and we all know
He's talking about Landry Shamet.
We all know when I say this, I mean this seriously, and it carries weight. Landry Shamet is the Walmart Abdel Nader.
Oh man, that's mean. Unnecessary.
God,
unnecessary.
That's where he is right now. All right.
Ouch.
I have spoken, and I am done on this topic.
So, hey, if James Jones gets the opportunity to trade Landry Shamet, he'd be a fool not to right now.
And that's where I'm at. Is if you have to attach a first round pick or even 2 to get a trade done that helps his team move them closer to a championship, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a 2024 pick right now. You need a damn championship. 50 plus years as a franchise without a title. This is as close as you're ever going to get. Go all in now. Don't be stingy with picks that aren't going to affect you until 2 to 4 years from now.
Hell, the Nuggets traded for a 2028 pick.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's 9 years old right now.
Well, they also traded a guy that had a bum foot too. So like,
I mean, I'm totally with you. Like I think at this point in time, I am kind of like, even if you have to overpay a little bit for somebody who helps you win a championship, just do it.
Yep.
yes,
Figure the rest out later, but like
in.
This
get
is
that
it.
championship.
This is it. This is the year. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I want a parade right down Central Ave. I need that in my life. I don't care if it's 1,000 degrees outside. We all need that, and we'll all just rock it outside and have a great time.
So whether the Suns win or not, we'll give you a parade down Central in
I
July,
appreciate that.
all right?
I appreciate that.
It'll be less big if the Suns don't win, but we'll give you one.
Okay.
All right, Espo. I think you have something planned
I do.
that none of us have any idea what it
I don't
is.
know if I like this
so,
right now. He said, I do.
He's really happy.
DJ Father, are you ready?
Oh,
no.
No, it's not another.
Oh.
No.
Don't worry, it's not another song.
It's
Oh,
a
I
remix.
was like,
No.
what? The remix.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
So earlier this week, Twitter unveiled a new ad campaign where they've put up billboards
my
with
God.
tweets from people that become famous or achieve something, and these are tweets before they do it, right?
I'm worried.
So little did you guys know that they put out Suns versions of these,
let's
right?
go. Let's
Okay.
go.
I don't know what order we're going in, so you just throw them up there, and I will follow along.
We'll start with you,
I'm
Espo.
nervous.
We'll start with me. I tweeted back in 2010, this Walmart version of Coke is trash. Man, I hope I'm never the Walmart version of something.
No way you tweeted that. That's hilarious.
Gerald, do you know?
Bro, no.
Oh, it's a fake.
Gerald's not getting.
Don't worry,
He was
guys.
like,
I
oh
got
my
it.
God, the coincidence.
Gerald didn't understand the assignment.
I didn't get the assignment.
Gerald did not get the
Oh my
assignment.
God, that's so fucking funny. He's like, no way.
We should have just played along. Yes, I
I
did.
know, it's crazy,
Just wait.
It was the
What?
picture that
And
threw
we
me.
said,
The
then we
picture
throw,
threw
we
me.
throw the what Gerald said. He's like, I said that? What?
Let's go to that one. Wide open.
no.
Do we have Gerald's available here?
Lindsey has lost it.
He said back in 2011, Gerald said, being in advanced high school math is going to pay off someday. I'm impressed you tweeted that. By the way, I did find a super young picture. When we
Oh
tweet
my
these
God.
out, go look. You have a super young picture.
Oh,
Your avatar.
I killed Lindsay.
Let's go to one of the Suns players. We'll come back around.
Oh my God.
What do we got?
Actual
we got
tears.
Frank Kaminsky. Is that the next one we got here? Frank says, back in on March 25th, 2015. Go look it up. It's an important day. I know I've now ripped the hearts out of Arizona 2 times, but someday I'll move to the Valley and get a cove and a podcast chat named after me. These are so damn accurate.
He's crying.
It's unbelievable.
Lindsey's dead right now. Oh
Well,
my
let's
God.
let's save Lindsey. Let's go to Devin Booker. Back in 2012, Book tweeted, "Hooters with the fellas, and then a championship with the Valley." I think that one sounds great too. A little early to bring that one up. We'll look at it. And our friend Jalen Smith also had one of these. He tweeted back in 2015. He said, "Just got the new nickname Sticks. Hope someone eventually makes a song about it." Congratulations, Jalen. Our very last one here. Let's look at it. It is our very own Lindsey Smith, who tweeted back in 2012. She said, "Someday I'll be on a book cover that'll eventually get me mocked on a podcast." How freaking accurate are these things? It is unbelievable.
Oh my God.
That's
Like, I'm Gerald, I'm sorry for laughing so much. But that was like the most genuine, like, you were so happy for Espo.
I thought he did.
That was his dream, like,
It really happened.
it was like the sweetest thing in the entire world.
I love it. I love that you're so so happy that somebody finally called him a Walmart version of something.
He's like, is that where it started?
I was like, how long has he been on this Walmart kick for?
For a decade.
Did you out yourself for doing illicit drugs?
Oh my god.
Holy
It was
shit.
so perfect.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I did
man.
not get the assignment at
That
all.
was awesome.
You did
I
not.
literally have mascara running down my face
I
right
made
now.
Lindsay cry.
I don't think
That
we've
was
ever
so
seen
perfect.
Lindsay do this before. Like this
Not
is
this hard.
This is another level
We
for
full
sure.
fledged broke Lindsay on that one.
It was just like,
It was so pure.
it was so pure
It
and
was. It
so
was. It was.
perfect.
He was like, "Oh man, good for you, buddy."
Literally
wait,
everything
no.
about it was so precious.
Lindsay's not even laugh crying anymore. She's just crying.
Just crying.
Brian of the chat. Someday a
Gerald
person
needs
will wear a
flowers.
beanie and make me go full Armani mode. Devin Booker tweeted in 2016.
Oh god.
What was it?
It was someday a
man.
person will wear a beanie and make me go full Armani mode.
Yes.
Devin Booker, 2016.
You're welcome, Book.
Oh, God.
Man, you want to chat to Gerald turned into Surfer Dude like, yo, no way, bro. That's insane, bro.
I thought it happened.
Oh man,
Oh.
righteous.
And then as soon as I saw everybody's face, I was like, oh damn it.
Oh my
I put my hand on
As soon
shoulder.
as I felt the hand, I was like, oh.
We so sure played it up and then read his right after, just to see if he thought he actually tweeted it.
Damn it. Oh, so
Oh,
good.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
How
glad
about
you
them
guys
Suns?
enjoyed that. We
15 to
needed
6
that.
in crunch time
That
tonight. That
was
was
so
great.
perfect. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think it's. I think
No.
we're good to wrap it up there,
Okay.
Lynn.
I think that's a wrap. There's no coming back from this.
Okay.
Didn't know Pete Davidson was a surfer. B's in the chat.
All right, I got it together. I promise. If you have not yet become a member at gophnx.com, please consider doing so. Our very favorite person in the entire world, Gerald Bourguet, writes amazing Suns content that you can only read at gophnx.com. It also
Really?
gets you. Really? I swear to God.
No
I swear
way.
to God.
For real, bro?
Dude, I'm so happy for you.
Connor hit me with the Kobe White. in the chat.
Oh,
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
Wow. Oh, so good.
Damn it.
So yeah, head on over to gophnx.com if you haven't checked it out yet.
Put that shit on the loop.
You can follow me on Twitter at Lindsey Smith AZ. You can follow Saul on Twitter at Saul_Bookman. You can follow Gerald on Twitter at Gerald Bourguet. And of course, you can follow Espo on Twitter at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Just remember, if you make a good enough fake tweet, anybody will believe it. Ahoy hoy!